A Frank mirror. Ah, I am here for it. I don't like
Oh my
mirrors,
god.
but I'm here for a Frank mirror in
Ooh.
Arabia.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Both of them having the same idea. I mean, that might change things, kinda.
Did you have you got the game going?
Yeah, I'm in the game and I'm going to scroll till the end. So that we are not behind at all.
Okay, perfect. I'm caught up as well.
Mm,
In
yep.
a Frank mirror,
Fast profile.
what do you think the best strategy possible is? Because I actually almost feel like going like a men at arms archers could really throw off
Yeah,
Frank's player.
it can work really nicely as well. Like one of the things that I personally do is in Frank's mirror, I might actually go into man at arms into archers, or I might just go like light on spears and just wall myself in the feudal, like do a normal 21 pop or something, and just go to spears instantly. And after that, I would just get to castle age and put down 2 barracks and start picking pikes. Because, like, how the hell can you deal with the pikes as Franks if you're not on archers to begin with? Like, most of the people just they simply tunnel vision into the cavalry options, and when the opponent just goes into two barracks pikes and starts spamming them all around his base and get some seeds to help, like it's really hard to go into expo even.
Of course, Axeman is like what you want to go instead of going for archers or going for skirmishers, but it's still one of it's a unit you have to get to is the issue.
Yeah, I mean, like think about it this way: like you get into castle age and the opponent is not showing anything, and he had only like 4 spears in the field age defending your scouts away. You go into castle, you place down the second stable. And then suddenly you see like 10 spears hitting the stables and you're like, what the fuck do I do now? And you don't have any stone to actually make a castle. So it becomes very simple.
In terms of map gens though, I actually kind of like, oh, we did a bit of a scout fight, but I actually quite like Huds Mars's map so far. He's got most of his res in this little back pocket, and he can get some, I wouldn't say early feudal walls up, but kind of mid feudal walls up. All the way to the edge of the map.
Yeah, I personally, I think I like Crustycurry's map more. I honestly feel like that's a bit
really
better map.
Even with the golds being on this hill, or towards the hill at least.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you wall the left side and you control the front, the map is really safe. You have a nice back wood line, you have nice gold in the back and whatnot. But when you look at Hartz's map, if you are planning on making that right wood line safe, you basically have to wall to the edge of the map.
Yeah.
Like straight to the edge of the map, and even then the berries are kind of threatened, and it's just not like, yeah. Your walling investment is going to be so huge as well, like on the left side.
I think for kind of like early feudal age, I definitely prefer Crustycurry's map, but I think after early feudal, I would definitely prefer Huds Mars's map just from that. Those 2 forward golds can be controlled by 1 siege workshop, 1 castle, a tower even. If that could be fun actually, seeing a few towers thrown into the mix for either player. I don't think that Huds Mars's base is very trashable, but Crustycurry's it's got that main gold at the back. I think it wouldn't pay off.
Yeah, I mean, Krusty has still a safe, if he chooses to wall the left side, he has safe stone, safe gold, and a safe wood line in the back. Even if Toveras comes in, it's not going to do anything else than deny the extra, like, second and third gold during the feudal age. In castle age, it's very easy to clear up, and he can even get the castle to just clear it all and hold the position for good.
Crustycurry up at 21 pop. We'll be grabbing Loom just before that, of course. Oh, is he gonna lose his scout? Oh no, Crustycurry!
Oh,
and it's a Frank scout. Oh, so if he is going for his own, with that kind of uptime, we expect both players to do scouts opening. Huds Mars is a full villager behind though, so even though he did go for a slightly earlier uptime, it doesn't account for the entire amount of the deficit here currently.
And now I feel like Crustycurry made his first mistake kinda. The wood line on the bottom side next to the hill. I think I would have preferred to go to the right wood line instead.
The one that's near the single fish?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, not that one. The one next to the gold.
Oh, yes.
The second gold. I think that's a bit further away, and if any archer play comes in, it would be a bit safer, I think.
I would agree.
I mean, you
as
have to walk that side anyways, but still.
Because this is like the closest you can be to your opponent in terms of wood line that you can take Feudal Age. So I would definitely agree that that's a little bit risky. I feel like Hud's Mars might get away with these greedy walls from Crustycurry losing that scout initially.
Yeah, it actually hurt so much losing the first scout. Now it takes him, what is it, like 30 seconds longer to mass the scouts, to have the mass to actually pick off wills.
And we do see Crustycurry walling the back of his map here, and I don't really like that he's walling the back of his map first.
Yeah, I honestly don't like that either. Like, that left side would be more gruesome to actually wall.
The thing is, Hud's Mars, as soon as he gets a couple of scouts out, he will have the numbers advantage here as well. Oh, I don't like this. How much has Hud's Mars scouted? He hasn't scouted to the edge of the map, but I would much rather see this wall go to the edge of the map than the cliff.
Yeah, I think he might realize that perhaps later, if he goes back to watch that
oh no!
waller mill.
No, please!
No.
This is so many more tiles to wall.
Yeah.
These games are live, Happy War.
Also, I kind of hate the fact that his part of his wall next to the gold is actually downhill, so it will be very fast to kill. And now he's housed.
And this is a bit of an Omega house.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I do like that you're setting a spear to defend the wall.
Yep, that is pretty much standard in the Scout War. If you're walling, using spear to help.
And I also kind of like, even though Crustycurry's gone for a slightly different approach here, he has got the spear on the wood line instead of going for the walling approach. I still like that he's at least got some kind of defense on the... and one scout going down for Hud's Mars does save the other one from losing any HP. And the spears for Hud's Mars also being able to engage on Crustycurry's scout here. But he's gonna get, he's gonna lose his scout. It's been tasked on the house.
I don't think either one of these players should have a scout house at this point anymore, because it's not going really well for either one of them.
And if Hud's Mars had one more scout here or a spear, that would have been a good fight for him to take with the hill. But it doesn't. A hill doesn't matter when you have no numbers.
Yeah, exactly. We can see that Hearts is actually 4 wills down already. I fear that that's way too much. That's far too much.
Yeah, it was definitely... That was just... There was just so much damage done from that housing before. And there's not any villagers in the queue right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is, like... Perhaps it's his nerves or something, but this is, like, super play, I would say.
I definitely saw Hud's Mars doing a little better before, as well, I'd say.
Yeah. It must be nerves. I mean, I think that laid 5 wills already in Viral at 15 minutes is just a bit too much.
Yeah, I'd agree there, especially when there hasn't been any Vil picks so far.
Yeah.
Alga walls.
And oh god, don't talk about alga walls. No, I don't.
Are they worse than camel walls?
God, oh yes.
Oh.
Alga actually managed to make it worse than camel. I mean, you would be like surprised if you saw them.
I do love that Hud's Mars and Crustycurry both have decided that investing into more scouts here would be a waste of time. It's good to see that both players kind of realize, okay, the scouts just aren't going to get the damage that we need them to do. Hud's Mars does need to seed a few more farms though, he is a little bit lacking in that department.
Well, only 12 farms for Hud's Mars, and he's already on gold. He's a bit torn in gold, but he's not getting wheelbarrow, so I guess it makes sense. He is closing in on castle age a bit faster. Actually, I think Crustycurry has better build.
Yeah,
I think Krusty
definitely.
is more correct. Yeah, Krusty just lit up. And Huts still doesn't have wheelbarrow. He's down 2 wheels now.
And he hasn't clicked up.
He's down 2 wheels and wheelbarrow actually.
I feel like wheelbarrow is such an underrated amount of eco help. Like I can't think of the word for it, but it is such a strong eco upgrade.
I mean, you can think of it as a 3 wheels lead when you have 12 farms, but once you have like 20 farms, it's way more than just 3 wheels. It might be 4 or 5. So basically, the amount of farms accelerates the effect of the wheelbarrow. It just turns into more and more. So you gain a natural lead over the opponent. And here we can see the problem that I was talking about. Hearts is blindly throwing down second stable.
And so is Crustycurry actually. Both players have gone down for the double stable. So I feel like it's just gonna be one of those situations where whichever player kind of thinks, okay, I'm gonna go pikes here, or mixing pikes, will start taking some really good fights.
I mean, honestly, I think I would prefer even like throwing down 2 ranges and continuing making pikes and make archers while at it, and then get into pike and expo and just add a forward seeds. Go heavier on the pikes, depending on the game. I mean, even 1 range archers and expos would be perhaps good.
You go monks at the start of Castle Age Algo, you reckon? I feel like double stable's harder to counter with just monks though. If I was speaking from my personal experience.
Yeah. I mean, monks would be good, but you are relying on the fact that he goes fully into knights.
I think if you go one stable knight can be countered by a monastery pretty okay. I just think 2's pushing it a little bit.
I don't know, but we'll see soon what they are doing. Crustycurry instantly getting those out is huge for him. Huts is actually just spamming the knights inside his base. Now is the time to look at the queues and how much do they actually produce, and we can see that Huts is actually already idling. He can keep up.
But I do like that he's adding a monastery here. So even if it's not quite as I was saying before, I don't think you can stop 2 stable very easily with just a couple of monks. But I do like that he's at least adding a counter unit here. And he can sway some fights with the defender's advantage.
But opponent is already on 2 TCs, while Huts is not. He's making the second TC. Actually, Krusty has such a good build that he's managing to produce the knights and the villagers from both of the TCs already. And Huts is constantly idling, like his army numbers are now far lower than opponents. I feel like that's a huge mistake. I mean, sure, he has 1 monk or something, but it's still not going that well.
Like, this is a very, like, even though you're making knights in this situation as Cardsamars, you're kind of being forced to play more defensive. And you don't really want to be defensive with knights.
Yeah, but now it's 3rd stable from Crustycurry, and he doesn't actually have the farms to produce from 3 stables. I don't know what's the point of having
conversion as well.
If you don't have the farms. Like, he has 22 farms, and his farms are decaying slowly. So, I mean,
a little bit too greedy in that sense.
Yeah. I mean, you need like 26 farms just for the stables, and then you need 12 for the TC. So you need 38 farms to be able to produce out of all of these stables and all of these TCs. If his TCs go idle, then his farms will be enough. But do you want to idle your TCs for this? Do you think that you can actually push the opponent down when he's just revolving behind and whatnot?
I do like the Hudsmar send his army forward, but I would have liked to see him being a little more proactive with his army and trying to find where the best spot to hit is, rather than just kind of blindly going into towards Crustycurry's base.
I mean, I think it's fine if he can distract and get through from the back. But
Cool.
yeah, you can see that the house is instantly placed down, like 2 houses even. He should have attacked from the point where there is a farm next to the wall, so that he can at least force the delete on the farm.
That's true actually. I always forget about that.
But now the knights are coming to clear that. So he didn't actually get inside and he loses all of his army, which is not ideal at all.
Hopefully
And
for
still 26
Hudsmar's
farms.
sake, he will realize pretty quickly, and he will try and escape with these knights. I think he might get a couple out of here. I don't think he'll get all of them.
I don't think any of them actually survive, because those can actually chase until his base. Like they can, like he can save them. He can run inside the walls or anything. He can keep running around, but yeah, actually seems like Rusty gave up on that.
I don't know if people playing got Husbandry
yeah.
yet, but we do see Husbandry coming in for Hudsmar's currently.
Husbandry is good. It makes the units fight more efficiently and everything, but I think the numbers are just way too bad.
But we will see, I feel like Hudsmar's, now that you've tried attacking one side, if you know where your opponent's army is, you go for the other side and you force. You just kind of keep forcing. If you're not gonna, if your opponent isn't using their units on your base, I feel like you're best off trying to attack them in this situation, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Like you,
I mean, what I would
don't
do.
want to be idle with this army of knights. With the player.
What I would do is I would try to time an attack on, like sacrifice perhaps even one knight to attack the mass of opponent's knights, while starting to attack a wall at the same time on the left or right side of Crustycurry's base, so that you can get the alarm on the knights in the front, but you actually attack the backside as well.
We do see
It's
Crustycurry committing to +2 attack. He isn't even going for +2 defense. I do think that's a mistake. I would prefer to see +2 defense first, I think.
I mean, he can get inside anytime he wants, so getting +2 armor is actually kind of good.
But Hudsmar's won't have these same techs, but how many monks does he currently have? And that, I think 5 monks could maybe change the fight. I don't think just 2 monks is going to change the fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And if you're Hudsmar's here, do you start thinking of like adding pikes now, or is it too late?
It wouldn't be too late. I think if you go full pikes now and you start pushing with seeds, it might still make in time. But the issue is that you need to be really fast, because
Oh, look at that conversion!
Ooh, nice.
And
Yeah,
every
that's nice.
conversion in a pure Knight's War is advantage, and I think Crustycurry is going for an all-in castle age. We see 4 stables producing. He's dropping another one, so that'll be 5 stables. I don't think he's got the eco for 5 stables of constant production though at all.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's just making them because it seems fun. I mean, he has 33 farms. If he allows TCs, perhaps he can... Like, he's lacking still 7 farms, kinda.
And Hudsmar's
But yeah,
currently
the numbers advantage...
getting the relics as well, which is good to see.
Yeah, it's a small, like, eco advantage. But we can see that the military numbers are actually quite even, so Huds has actually managed to catch up, because I feel like... I feel like Crustycurry is just wasting his resources by making all of these stables.
7 stables? At least it's not 5 TCs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you are not making TCs, it's better than...
But this fight will actually not be great for Hudsmar's, as he... Oh, but the monks could change it, but he is lacking one more upgrade. And the monks might actually save this.
Yeah, the monks actually make him... Oh, will he win?
They'll need at least 1 or 2 more conversions. It's too close to tell, I think, at the moment.
Oh, you can see the numbers. Krusty's winning.
Yeah, Krusty's currently
25 to 10.
And
yeah,
that's the upgrades and the extra couple as well. I think that'll be GG for Hudsmar's.
Yeah, that is game over. Like now, Krusty can even stop producing wheels completely and just make knights with his million stables.
Is that an 8th stable? I see 9 stables.
Yeah.
But these CCs don't even have fletching on them, and these knights have +2 defense. This will be game ending. I feel like Hudsmaster's holding pretty well though, because the build counts are pretty similar, even though Crustycurry went on to his second and third TC earlier. And
yeah, it was actually quite close.
And his knight numbers weren't that superior. It was mainly the numbers advantage and the fact that Hudsmars didn't really have enough monks to sway the fight there.
Yeah.
But I actually really like the play by Hudsmars to add monks there, and I feel like if he'd added enough monks, it really could have changed the fight there. Game is called.
Yeah, game is called. But I think that the biggest issue for Huds was his idling. Like, he idled way too much.
No, I would agree with that.
And both of them had the same game plan. Just go for as many knights as you can and have a counter unit in the mix. But I mean, Crustycurry even gave up on the counter unit by like the few spears that he had died, and the monks were just not enough. He didn't have enough monks. Huds, I mean, to convert enough knights.
But I think that in terms of game plan, I think Hudsmars had a slightly more solid game plan, because if it did come down to it, and Hudsmars had kept everything working and had the monks in the mix with a similar number of knights, he would have taken a really good fight there, and that could have been game ending for Crustycurry. Yeah. So in terms of game plan, I do like Hudsmars' game plan there. It just didn't quite work out with. I think there's a little bit of macro lacking there.
Yeah, not with his execution. I mean, we can see the feudal uptimes now in the technology part of the statistics, and 24 seconds idle for Crustycurry with 21 pop, and 20 pop with, what is that? It's 42 seconds idle time? Yeah. I mean, he lost already will by Dark Age by default.
Yeah.
Well, Zerhaya also tells us the story 95 to 82, but that means the difference was in the end something like 3 villagers, but the issue was the numbers. Because Crustycurry made so many stables, he kept spamming the knights, and eventually his TC kind of idled a bit, which caused him to get even in the villas, but he had still more numbers. And in the timeline, we can actually see that the army numbers just ridiculously keep growing. And yeah, I think that both players had the same game plan, but Crustycurry executed it better.
Yeah, I would agree there. It's kind of like execution versus game plan, I guess. And if you have better execution on a similar game plan, you will almost always win, unless you manage to throw.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's just a small difference, not a huge one between these players, I feel like. I mean, if Huds actually has a plan and he gets better receive matchups, I think he might actually take the games, like multiple of them.
So we will be on either Hideout or Arena next.
Yeah.
I wonder what we're going to see in these games. I'm hoping for some kind of fun strats. I don't really want to see FC boom from both players. I'd rather see FC smash, FC castle drop, something a little bit exciting.
I don't know. I mean, arena games are really boring to begin with.
I agree with that. Every time that we get a set, I'm always like, please ban arena, please ban arena.
and the one time you get an arena strat that is really strong and interesting to watch, it's really annoying to play against.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we had another day, like me and the Point and was it Salted or someone, Salted and Camel perhaps even, and we were playing team game, and we had an opponent flank that did fast Imperial trebuchets and monks.
Oh, and he literally is that the Aztec one?
Yeah, it's Aztec one, but the opponent was doing it with another receiver, I think. But the thing was that when it actually came in, I had we had something like in the end of the game we had like 30 light cav or 40 light cav, or was it Hussar even? And the opponent had like 30 monks, and he literally converted most of the light cav.
I've had that happen to me.
And he didn't lose half of the monks even.
It's so tilting to face. It's one of my
Yeah,
least
like it
favorite
was.
things to deal with. Because the thing is that the
But
monks heal so quickly with the so the
yeah,
first and second line of monks get so many conversions, and the third and fourth line just heals so much, and then the third and fourth line start
yeah.
converting, and then the first and second line start healing. Oh, like in a
I
one v
honestly,
one, I don't know how to counter it still.
I honestly think that the monks shouldn't be able to heal each other.
Oh, that would be a fun.
Yeah, that would change things quite a bit.
Or
Alejandro, do you have a smoke while we
no
wait for the game?
problems. Or even make it so that the so that monks delete themselves after like 3 uses. That would make me happy. Who's GPN Elgar? So I've seen it happening so many times, but we do have the game auto convert King Joffrey. If that happens, I am done with AoE 2. So game 2 will be on Hideout. I'm really hoping for some kind of insane strategies here, or at least kind of like a Men-at-Arms Towers or something. But we'll have a look at what Sibs we end up with here. Bulgarians Malay. Oh, we're gonna see Malay elephants, guys. Hey Dave, how you doing? I've had that, yeah, I had that a couple times the other day, Dave Hun. I'm looking forward to seeing PG's reaction when he gets back. I also love the Bulgarians pick here, honestly. Like, I feel like Bulgarians would be a really underrated pick for Hideout. Well, we did get a little bit further into the game. So, we will see what both players can go up for. I'm expecting Bulgarians to do kind of like a Men-at-Arms Towers here. And HUD's...
Okay, back.
Hello, hello. We are in game, by the way.
Hello. Yeah, I heard.
Are you excited to see some Malay?
No, I'm sad.
I think it's gonna be
Lord will
Malay Elephants Rush versus. See, I don't know about you, PT, but I actually really like the Bulgarians pick here. I think it's a little original. The Men-at-Arms Towers, kind of Krepos, creep kind of strategies, I think could be really strong.
I mean, if he realizes to go into Man-at-Arms and into towers and whatnot, I think that would be good against the Malay, especially because this stupid building exists. Like, yeah. But it's interesting because if the elephants actually come through, I don't know how Krusty is planning to deal with them. He literally needs to be thinking about like double or triple monastery monks at this point if he plans to counter it.
Yeah, you can also do like 3 or 4 barrack pike as well, can't you?
You kinda can, but it's not as good. I feel like you need monks. Like otherwise, it might actually still break apart.
Nice ball
And I don't
from
like.
Crustycurry.
I don't like how Crustycurry is taking his deer. He has 2 deer and 1 bow and TC. It's a bit of waste, I feel like.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Also, he's about to get housed, so this is a huge blunder already.
So he will need to grab a loom here. Let's see if yeah, grabbing loom here. So obviously not ideal that he did get housed, but at least he's making the right step to fix it, which I think is important to state here.
Yeah, that is exactly like if he goes into tower rush, then the loom is actually even okay. Like it doesn't actually hurt him at all.
Hello, Blair. Hammer washers. What? What is that?
Hammer washers, player washers. What?
I'm so lost, Hammer. In terms of specifics to this matchup, though, I do think that I know whatever strategy Malay go for, except for the Elephant Rush, I feel like Malay could do some really crazy things in Castle Age, or even early Imperial Age, because they do have the early uptime. Like an BBC type thing would be really good to see.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be honest, I'm like, if he reads that the opponent is doing tower rush and Krusty actually does a tower rush with man-at-arms, then going into past one range archers would be really amazing.
I
and
agree.
if he follows that up into Castle Age with the Expo and whatnot, it would be actually perfect for him. Like, Malay are such a versatile sieve if you play it correctly.
Fair hammer. Blair washes though. Is that reference to Jordan? Is it his?
How do you wash your dishes, to be honest? Like, what is the specialty about it?
What? Sorry.
I'm asking how, what is the specialty about his washing this? And it actually is tower house. Man-at-arms in the towers from Crustycurry. We finally see the one camp on the stone. We see the barracks coming up. We can see that he has clicked up the fuel, and it seems like us is not doing anything.
I really do like this from Crustycurry. Although one thing correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you meant to go into gold before stone on Men-at-Arms towers. So you can get the gold for the Men-at-Arms upgrades and the third militia.
Okay. Now I get it.
Watch this is like the one running for the test of the sponge. What? That's such a strange thing to make an emote for Hammer Time.
These guys, like, they're crazy anyway, so don't worry about it.
All my love to Blair, of course, though. Blair is amazing, honestly. Who's gonna win this Scout War? I think that Huds wins this, unless Crustycurry. Yeah, he's gonna bring the militia forward, and that could.
Yeah.
And is Hudsmars paying attention though and keeping a scout alive? Really good to see.
Yeah, that is actually really good.
And this now gives Hudsmars the information here. I would DQ a village. Yeah, brilliant to see. Get Zloom and will be up pretty soon.
Unfortunate thing about this is that Crustycurry doesn't actually see where the stones are. Like the second stone is for huts. Well, so not knowing where the stone is actually is quite a big of a deal.
I feel like this is one of the big risks here. I don't know. I don't like that Hudsmars didn't finish these houses. He had plenty of time here. But the Malay uptime is huge.
Also, that gate is going down. Like, it literally is going down. And seems like Huds is going to stone, which is the correct decision in order to prevent this from happening, unless he plans on making range himself. I think he should place down barracks already and try to get the archer range up.
Yeah, I would agree with barracks and archery range, just so you can try and help defend with the units coming in.
Yeah.
And then having defensive towers as well. But you will need to quick wall this. You can't just wall it. You need a gate or something. Oh no, it's gonna. That quick wall. That quick wall. Respect.
The house actually saved him. But I'm honestly not a huge fan of these walls. They're way too close to TC and he's in a really bad position anyways.
And Hudsmars isn't really... Like, I don't know why it's not finishing this house. Like, there's no reason not to be finishing this house right now.
Now he finishes it.
So the counter tower is coming up. There's 3 vills versus 4. So... Do you like that Crustycurry only sent 3 vills forward here?
I think it's fine. I mean, you don't need that many villas necessarily with the man-at-arms. Like, you can control the things pretty well.
I do like
and
that.
And he shouldn't be taking this tower fight.
I was just gonna say, I do like that Hudsmars has preemptively walled in his stone vills there. And he's about to do the same with the gold, so that's really good to see on his end there.
To be honest, I don't like any of what Huds is doing. It doesn't look really comfortable. Like, would you like to be in Huds' position at the moment?
I don't hate it entirely. Just because you know, if you're Hudsmars here, that you know your opponent's invested quite a bit into doing a men-at-arms tower rush, and in reality, I don't know how much value. Oh, the men-at-arms getting in over here is gonna be huge though.
Yeah.
I think before that point though, I think Hudsmars actually was in a pretty good position. But the men-at-arms getting in onto the wood line is huge. 1 vill going down.
Yeah, gets 1 vill, no. Yeah, but I mean, like, when you look at the walls and look at everything that's going on, I honestly don't like it. Like, I don't like his small wall stuff. I don't like how he has defended it. It's not ideal, I would say.
I like how he initially defended it, honestly. Like, this might just be coming from a pleb who doesn't deal with rushing very well, honestly. Why is he Vil rushing with one Vil? Like, I feel like Hudson Mars is actually taking unnecessary damage here. I think that with how he was playing it initially, he wouldn't have taken as much damage.
He's actually fallen. He has actually fallen down in Wills as well, because Malay actually have the bonus, so they should be 2 Wills ahead already. But instead he's 1 Will down, so he has lost 3 Wills worth of eco already. Also, we can see that Crustycurry is even getting Willbarrow, so he's even further down than just 3 Wills.
Yep, absolutely.
It's actually 6 Wills, so this whole plan to go into Elephants is just dead now.
Although, that being said, Crustycurry doesn't seem like to be a big fan of Spearman, and from what I've seen so far. And if he still manages to get to Castle and go for Elephants here, it could still be pretty huge.
I mean, but the issue is that he can't. Not with this eco. Like, he has literally 8 farms. Even if he gets Castle Age, how is he planning on producing any elephants at all?
Cheap Malay elephant.
Yeah, cheap Malay elephant, but yeah, sure. But the opponent has a stable. He will just make double the knights. You can see that the Crustycurry is already on 15 farms. And it might even be like he might actually just go and throw down Kerepost in the face of us even. Like,
that could definitely be a problem for Huds Mars.
I mean, it wouldn't be a problem, it would be game over if there's a Kerepost next to his TC. Like, just between the houses on the top side, just make a freaking Kerepost that the TC goes down, you can actually flop the knights or conics from the right side and you win.
I think 1 Krepos wouldn't necessarily be entirely game over. I think 2 would, if I'm being 100% honest. Like, getting the first one in. Oh, but Hudson I think realizes that he can rush his tower down with a build now, and that's really good to see from him.
Wait, what?
Because he built it. This is why I never build my tower directly on the wall, because your opponent's able to do this. And I didn't realize that Bills did 11 damage per shot. Like, I knew that they did some extra, but we do see Crustycurry sending more villagers forward. And if Hudsmars isn't in Castle Age, like, pretty much now, honestly, like, clicking up in the next couple of seconds, this first Krepos will go down, and that'll be really hard, or go up, but it'll be really hard to push back that. And then if Crustycurry gets a second Krepos somewhere else important, I feel like it would be unwinnable.
I guess there's the possibility. I guess there's the possibility of making counter tower still, so it's not completely awful. But the issue is that yeah, Huds can't actually click castle.
Huds?
Why? Oh, he didn't have the buildings.
Oh no. And something else to take note: if you are planning to build Russia Tower, try and wall your villager in, because we're gonna see Hudsmars lose his villager now. And look at this, the Crustycurry's...
Well, he doesn't lose it, but...
Got the tower, the Krepos going up, and a counter tower right now! Okay, that's not, that Krepos isn't going up. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be a doubt post.
Yeah, it's not coming up, and even 1 will is not even building it.
Oh, and it's forced to delete it. That's huge.
Yeah, he doesn't. Oh,
but now the
tower is still in range, though.
As tower's go. Oh no! Finish it! Finish it!
Oh
no! Finish it! It's 94%. Oh no! Another Vil going down for Hudson Mars. I feel like he's taking far more damage than he needed to here. Have a look at the build counts. 39 to 38 in favor of Crustycurry. There are knights in the field. They have got +1 defense. If Hudsmar's garrisons here though, he's not garrisoning. And yeah, we're not even getting a quick wall there.
safer repost is good as well. I feel like that's okay. Especially when he's floating the knights in as well.
Oh.
And
That's pretty much game. I feel like the knights are game over here.
I think it was game over when you look at the wood count for huts.
That is true. I didn't actually check that before, and we don't have any military buildings except for a barracks up for Mars at the moment. He's going for a castle, but what is he gonna do with Karambits? And the positioning on this castle doesn't really defend a whole lot, in my opinion.
And the knights just kill the Willis building the castle.
35 vills. Yeah, this is any chance of coming back now is pretty much over. You can't vill rush on knights.
Yeah, it's not working really well. 2 more knights coming in, and the castle might even be denied. His raid.
I feel like Hud's has made a couple of mistakes. Actually, kind of debating the knights out there. But
yeah, he gets the castle up because of that.
Karambits are great in the right situation.
Why is Hearts getting man at arms?
I feel this is full panic mode if I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Yeah.
Because if you're going for a melee infantry here at this point, that isn't pikes, it's gonna be Karambits, and it shouldn't be Karambits.
Oh god, he's fighting another knight with the wheels. No. But the knight is actually bugging out, so it's fine.
Can I get an F in chat for that knight who actually didn't kill anything?
Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, he has to find a way in again, but I don't think he can with the knights. He needs to do another repos, I feel like.
Oh, Hudsmars is actually responding here. Oh, just in time.
I honestly think that Crustycurry needs another repos here. And he doesn't actually control the outside of the map.
I also don't know where he could. I think he could do. I actually don't agree with another Krapos right now. I think a siege workshop would do much better here.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
It's just because the tower.
But I mean,
the thing is, Hudsmars can re-garrison the tower with another forward Krapos, and if you try sitting on the other side, there's a castle there. Whereas a siege workshop can pressure the tower, can pressure the TC, and stop bills
the wheel is behind each other on the right side. Nothing happens though.
Just passing.
Just passing. I don't know where Hearts' wheels are going to. Oh, sneak stable right next to the store on the outside. I think Rusty actually noticed the wheels because his knights are running the right. Wait, no. Is he planning on Krepost on the wall on the right? That might be it.
He's gonna try and deny the secondary this stone, I think, from what I'm imagining here. And here comes the knight, and Hudsmars.
No, it's fine. No. Oh god.
What? Hudsmars deletes one of the stables.
Yeah, he realized that it might have been seen, I guess. I don't know.
The thing is that if somehow Hudsmars gets 20 elephants out here, I don't think he's got the eco for it at all, but if somehow
27 wheels, how? Just
somehow, and it goes and sweeps through Crustycurry's base, I don't hate it as a Hail Mary. It's not a good strategy, but at this point I don't hate it as a Hail Mary.
I mean, I wonder if there's some Australian black magic that allows you to make elephants with no eco or something now.
I mean, you can sell your wood to buy food. Oh my god.
Yeah. One elephant coming in, but I mean, like, there's already 5 knights coming over, and one knight even actually found the stables, and yeah.
But like as I said before, I do like that Crustycurry added that siege workshop, because now he can take down the tower, and he can pressure any walling behind. He can pressure the TC, and unless Hudsmars is gonna build rush, what's the plan with this villager? A piece of palisade? Oh, this is when the villagers have finished building a building, and then they go to try and build something else. Crustycurry also adding
Yeah,
siege here at home, and he has got the elephants here, but a siege match up blocking
It's
the way.
four elephants against 20 knights.
I believe in the 4 elephants.
I mean, you can see already that the elephants are dying. Another mangonel. Actually, it's counter mangonel from Huts now, but I fear that 75 village to 30 is just way too much.
Yeah. Especially if you have 77 to 28 villages, and Hudsmars had like 100 military in the field, I think he'd still have a chance. He has 1 military unit, guys. Like, I really do appreciate here that he did go for the trying to sneak over and see what he could do here as a final attempt here, but there is no way in hell of coming back for Hudsmars at this point. I think we can conclude.
Yeah. Sadly though, Crustycurry didn't find those 3 villagers that have been sneaking around. Oh god. Actually, 2 villagers are just chopping wood there safely, and the other 3 actually just split up. Yeah. I mean, if I was Krusty, I would just walk the village inside and make another crepost on the main gold, and that would be game over.
Sorry guys, that's my mouse bugging out a little bit.
Yep. That's fine.
If I'm Crustycurry here, I go Imp and finish this off. And there we go, Imp's clicks.
Yeah, Hammer, I get your point, but if you look at your will count and you see 30 wills or 40 wills at 34 mins, I mean, you could actually like think about it a bit and figure out that.
PT, look at this bottom corner though. Hudsmars is building a TC on his stone and wood line. And he's getting away with it.
Still chopping wood.
He's getting away with it, that's the thing. So I feel like Crustycurry could have done with adding some outposts maybe, just to try and see what his opponent is doing around his base. And he's building a market forward as well. He lost his market at home, which will raise the level of it will make it more. It will possibly make Crustycurry more alert as to what's happening here.
This is just ridiculous.
I
mean, soon, Krusty is in Imperial Age and did some traps and game is over.
Although Crustycurry doesn't have any castles, I don't think. Yeah, no castles.
He's making one.
Ah, yep, there we go. The thing is, the longer, I guess, let's say for example, Crustycurry doesn't manage to capitalize off of the significantly earlier imp here for whatever reason, and Hudsmars gets away with doing this 3TC so late, he could theoretically still come back. Like, I don't think it's likely.
Basically, Krusty needs to idle, like just go AFK for 15 minutes and then Huds is back in the game.
No traps out for Crustycurry at the moment, lacking the wood to do so. GG is cool though. Very respectful timing called GG.
Yeah, the Imperial timing already, when you see the score difference and Imperial, I mean, you can figure out what's going on. Like your castle is going to be trapped, you can actually kill the trap anyway. It's going to trap everything you have, and you can't even escape your base because there's a creepers on the right side, and all of the villages inside are just dead.
Yeah, absolutely, PC.
I think the timeline tells us everything we need to know. Like, as soon as Crustycurry hits Castle Age, the lead is just far too much, and he's just killing it.
Absolutely. Just a question in terms of that thing yesterday with the it was Janissary Camel. So I was saying yesterday I would have gone Halb Knight with, and especially with the extra relics. So I feel like Halb, well, Cavalier Paladin line at least would have done relatively okay there. But what do you think, PT?
Oh, the yesterday's arena game from Hammer and Olad.
Yes.
I think Hammer misplayed it quite a bit. He went for the Night Pike, and opponent went into Camels and Janissaries. Like, if um, if Hammer had kept an eye out on the camel numbers and whatnot, I mean, I don't know if he could see it, but he could. There was a possibility of scouting that there was going to be so many camels, and he goes directly into the halberdier, and he gets the tower shields actually, which he was missing. He could probably kill the camels before the Janissary mass behind them would be great enough to deal with the halberdiers.
That's
And
true.
in that case, if you do a quick switch into skirmishers and you have already tower shields, you will be able to deal with the Janissaries as well. So basically, you are playing like a trash war, but it's a bit difficult. I think Olot played it just really cleanly, and it was really difficult to play it.
Yeah, I think the light cover was a mistake, and also I don't know
Yeah.
if you had the eco for it, but your skirmishers, like as Lithuanian skirmishers, you should have been able to deal with Janissaries with your skirmishers, but because they were lacking so many upgrades, they were dying so quickly as well. Yeah, that was the thing, Hammer. I feel like you pulled off of gold too much. I know that you're going for mostly trash, but you pulled off of gold really heavily all of a sudden, which seemed a little bit strange in early imp. Yeah,
I mean, it was
ballistics.
when I was looking at it was okay, like overall. I think that he can even skip the Hussar and just keep going Cavalier because he had so much gold access. The BBC, of course, from the Turks are a problem, but since the Turks don't have trash units, if you can drain out their gold, it's just impossible for the Turks to play. So basically, you're playing a game against time. When have you killed enough of the Turks units that the Turks just yeah, exactly, Hammer. Like, that was the difficulty.
Yeah.
I mean, we were wondering with Zero Point while watching that game if you had underboomed.
But me Salted kind of established that I think that the Relic War hurt you quite a lot. I think you would agree with that, Hammer Time. I think you made like 10 or 11 scouts for that Relic War, and but I don't think you made
Yeah,
too many monks. I think the number of monks
easily.
you made was fine, but I think it was just that real commitment to the light cavalry there. Hey Telegraph, how you doing? True, Hammer Time.
I mean, it was a really close game. I was thinking that Hammer should have won that, but Ola just played it way too cleanly.
Yeah, I would
Like
100%
Hammer
agree there.
couldn't actually abuse it.
You need to go get test each other off. Please do take care if you're referring to COVID. Pretty scary what's happening in the rest of the world. We're really lucky in Western Australia not to really have any issues or lasting impacts from it at the moment.
I mean, you can like Finland is still taking precautions against Corona, and they just tightened the stuff again. Like most of the factories and whatnot where I visit for work have a requirement for me to wear a face mask while I'm working there and whatnot, and so on forth. Like there's a lot of stuff that makes it a bit difficult to do my work even sometimes.
Absolutely. Imagine, but at least they are taking the precautions necessary. Is Finland mostly open, or is it still kind of a lockdown?
So, like we have restrictions to some countries, like travel is completely like not okay and whatnot, and so on forth. But I think you can still travel to certain countries, and like we don't have any quarantines. I think at the moment. I mean, some companies have kept up with the quarantine because they can, but others just don't.
Oh, did it appear briefly? They still in lobby. I think it appeared briefly. I'm missing a reset. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not finding the game. Oh, now it found.
Spectate or lobby?
Wait, it's
still?
arena. Oh no, it's arena. We can go and spectate.
Do you have the game ID by any chance?
Yeah, I do. I'll put in Discord.
Your brother in Melb had it because he was working with patients. Oh, that's so unfortunate, King Joffrey. Hopefully he's doing good now, though.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Bars are open, schools are open, restaurants are open, and amusement parks are open. So, do you guys not have many cases then?
Yeah, there's not that many cases. And,
Crustycurry going from Malay
pretty...
here. Are we gonna see elephants?
I don't know, but I feel like well, the matchup is Ethiopians against Malay, and the Ethiopians are obviously one of the better suits against most of the stuff that Malay can do.
Absolutely, free pike.
It's actually.
And they get their own PvC. They get really good siege, like siege rams, siege onager. I believe actually they're one of the only. I think they're the only civ that get access to every single fully upgraded siege unit from memory.
I think there's others as well. I'm not sure anymore. I have forgotten. But yeah, this matchup is kind of interesting because the Malay obviously their only signing point is the freaking elephants, and the opponent gets free pikemen even, so it's very easy to transition into a counter. And if you try to do a fast castle into expose, sure you get numbers advantage, but your units are going to be weaker, and it's really hard to pressure. If you try to do a fast imp with Arbalest, I think that could work, but
yeah,
even then it's a bit difficult.
I think that's kind of your best bet as Malay here, though. I really wouldn't want to take this game without like a huge power spike. Just going archers against Ethiopians, it just seems like a losing kind of situation with Ethiopians just having so many good counter units to the archers. Their own archers being significantly better than most other civs as well.
I guess one option would be monks and siege pushes as well, because Malay have that kind of decently. But issue is that if you do monk siege against Ethiopians still have an amazing exposure. They are just fine defending with that.
Yeah, true. Although it can be a little bit difficult dealing.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can. But it's one of the better options still.
Hammer time. My best in that is 24. Don't be dissing 24k in Barbarossa Brawl. I think that's solid.
I still haven't made it to 30k in that one.
It's a lot of fun, honestly. I really love these little challenge scenarios. I'd love to make more. 26. Hammer time. I'm pretty sure you're wrong. I think it's 24. Sizing up compared to me. Maybe it was 26.
Hammer wants to know who is the better player. You or him.
I mean, if it's me, there's a problem with the elo.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps you're just hiding your talent or something. Who knows?
Based on my games this week, I'm gonna say no. I'm so unpracticed. I think what I do.
Well, I mean,
hope that we do see from Crustycurry though, like that kind of either FC crossbow or FC siege monk push, or Farsim Arbalest. And I think out of those options, I think Farsim Arbalest would probably be one of these stronger options. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly think that too. Like, I don't know anything else he could be doing. Like, if you go elephants, I mean, it's a Hail Mary at best. But it could even work, perhaps, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't sound good, but if he actually managed to surprise us, that's the case, then the elephants actually work.
I know that you wouldn't want to see it, PT, but I want to see it. I want to see the elephants. Although 23 pop Malay, That's not even the fast feudal eco build, so I'm not sure what Crustycurry is going for right now, because the fast feudal eco build's usually, from memory, 20 or 21 pop, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like 20 pop, and then you just go to go into eco upgrades and get to castle fast as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You can do like 70-minute castle.
Fast feudal into fast imp. That could be interesting, honestly. Like, I don't know if,
I mean, it could
that's
work.
a thing, but I could really take Hard's Mars by surprise. Having that early feudal time and thinking, well, I have a bit more time to boom. And then all of a sudden getting completely debated.
What? It's 23 pop feudal into feudal boom. Yeah, it's just a slow build from Crustycurry apparently.
I think if you're not 100% certain on the build, maybe it's a little better to do it a little bit later. But there's no need to do it if it's clean.
I mean, of course, he doesn't have a loom, so it's actually equal to 20 pop. 22 pop, I mean.
Hazmar's doing a 25 pop. Is he building a house anywhere? He's going on to stone here. Is he going? Because he won't need. The thing is with Ethiopians is you don't need to go on gold. You just need to grab. You don't even need to grab any gold if you're doing an FC with them. But he is gonna realize in a minute he's gonna get housed, and if we're gonna see a castle drop from Ethiopians and Shotel Warrior Masterpiece, I don't think that's the best strategy, but it could be fun to watch. But yeah, he's gonna realize in a minute that he's gonna be housed. He won't have the res to get loom. I'd probably get Town Watch here, honestly. Once he realizes. I think that's the best thing he can do right now. How many villas are gonna build a house?
None, apparently.
Yeah, he gets loom, but he doesn't have the... So he's gonna use the market to sell that last little bit. He's actually going for a wheelbarrow here. And
he doesn't even need to sell, he can just click castle now. Oh, who do you mean?
oh, because he clicked loom initially, so, but he changed his mind and went for wheelbarrow here.
Yeah, but the wheelbarrow delays his castle rates even more.
The thing with this Malay build, I think with how Crustycurry is currently doing, I think he'll be up around about the same time as Hud's Mars, maybe a tad later.
Will. Well, I mean, it's not that much later, because you have to remember that he's Malay.
And it's just how much eco you can get away with on this build as well. Like, it's not quite a human boom kind of eco, but it really is a solid number of fills ahead and a solid amount of economy ahead of it.
Also, you're gonna see the score kinda, if you go into the resource collected, how do I see it? God damn it. I think you need to go into statistics and check the economy. Then you can see the resource collected. Crustycurry is actually collected like 600 resources more because of this boom.
Oh, he's actually just lit up. Is he gonna be up faster? Is he gonna be?
Yeah, he might be actually.
I think he actually might be up, either at the same time or possibly a little bit faster. That's actually, like, even though I think the initial part of the build wasn't the cleanest for Crustycurry, I think this part, he's definitely practiced this kind of build. I mean,
basically, yeah, he has figured out how to get to the castle as fast as possible. And combining it with Hart's mistake with the eco and, like, clicking up, like, which was the problem, like, he didn't make a house and whatnot. It's actually really awful for Hart's now. I mean, you can see the will lead as well. Like, it's 7 wills. That's a lot. That's honestly a lot.
Huds will go straight to 3 TC, I imagine. Huds just making it before Crustycurry.
Also another thing that you have to remember is that Krusty can actually use the wheelbarrow that he made while Hutch is actually having willpower for 5 farms.
Yeah.
You could consider that he's like 2 villas more behind even because of that.
He did just DQ Heavy Plow there, and I usually wouldn't agree with that. But I don't think he has the eco to go for Heavy Plow right now. I think he needs to get the farms up first so he can sustain the TC production right now.
I don't know. I mean, it's a bit difficult to calculate that.
But look at this eco for Hatsumar, 17 on farms already, second TC going down, and he will have enough for a third very soon.
You were talking about Crustycurry, I think.
Yeah, it's Crustycurry. Oh, did I say HUD? Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
We do see a monastery going down for Crustycurry right now. So we'll go for these relics. I think he's going to be uncontested, honestly.
Well, the treaties is coming faster for hearts, but the village still exists, 7 villages, that's a lot. We'll see if Krusty has a plan. We don't know yet. He gets his start easy now, so he won't actually lose much of the village.
I think if anything, the gap might close to 2 or 3 villas, but the thing is, Crustycurry's already collected so many more resources in the feudal age from that mini. It's not even really a boom, is it? It's like a mini boom, but it's just it's so nice.
It's like humans' feudal boom, kinda.
Except less able to be stopped on arena.
Yeah, which is by the way interesting because we didn't see humans farm either one of the players yet.
Hatsmar's kind of going along the lines of Crustycurry's base. I don't like that he went away from that relic though. I feel like he could have denied this relic a lot easier if he'd stayed in the area. But I think oh no, he's not gonna path over there. Yeah, I think that's actually a bit of a mistake from HUDs, honestly.
Yeah, allowing to get the relic just for free. The village is even, but the resource difference is not. And we can see that in the number of farms. Like, you can see that Crustycurry has way more farms already seeded and making them than Hotmar. So this means that his Imperialite's timing will be way faster as well. Not to consider even the melee bonus, like how fast is this freaking Imperialite's going to be?
Yeah. I think we're gonna see a sub 28-minute imp time from Crustycurry.
Yeah.
And I think HUD's Mars should have a relatively solid 30-minute time. He is 4 TC is probably not then. I'm a little surprised he's gone on to a 4th TC. Do you like this from HUD's Mars?
I mean, it depends on what Crustycurry is doing. Like, if Krusty... I don't know. It could work out because Krusty actually invested into getting monastery and stealing the relics, so 4 TC boom is a kind of decent response to that, but issue is that you need to still get up to Imperialates quite fast, and it's just against melee that it makes it feel like awful.
Yeah, and there's not enough farms at the moment. Like, he's got quite a bit of wood banked. I would like to see at least another 10 farms kind of being seeded right now, so he can have a decent imp up time.
And Krusty is actually getting ready to click up to him. Like, he's making the university now.
Oh wow, we're gonna see a 25-minute imp time. I think that we might even see 25 minutes here.
I mean, this is nearly in the realm of fast imp. Well, not quite, but it's a bit outside. Like, it's something that would be 3 TC arbalist playing, kinda.
And the thing is, that even if it's not a fast imp though, the amount of eco Crustycurry has behind this is far beyond that of any other kind of fast imp build I've ever seen.
And Hearts is housed again. He's constantly housed, like that's an issue. He's 4 TC, but if he's housed constantly, he can't actually
Bit of a mistake from Crustycurry though, in my opinion here. I'm gonna point out. The barracks was up pretty late, and the first range hasn't even been dropped yet. I would have liked to see these ranged up just a little bit earlier from Crustycurry.
I mean, it's kind of okay, so I would say. Like, he is getting Bodkin at the moment. He's probably going to get the crossbow instantly. Yeah, he's Wait, he queued archers. What?
Maybe he doesn't realize that crossbow produce faster?
I don't know. I mean, that's not like a huge secret even. Besides, you want to have the crossbow first so that you can go into Arbalest directly.
Yeah, a little strange from Crustycurry there. Although, I guess it's better to have Imperial Age upgrade archers than have nothing on the field.
Yeah, I guess so. And he's getting chemistry now, so he's going for bombard cannons, I think.
And Hadsmar's using some market magic to get to the Imperial Age now.
Yeah, this is panic Imperial. I honestly think that it's panic. Like, he saw that the opponent went up and he panicked himself up as well. And he's not using his scout, he's not looking for whatever Krusty is sending over. I hope that Krusty hides his stuff still and doesn't attack the house or something stupid.
I'd like to see Hadsmar sending. Okay, there we go, perfect. He's sending some more to gold now. And he does need to, if he is, I think he's going for rangers here, and I think that he needs to get his rangers up ASAP here. He's planning to match.
Yeah.
And the thing is that here in a Arb war that Mars will win, but only once he's got enough numbers.
Oh god, Krusty's so housed. This is like super mega uber housed. Like, he has been housed for minutes now.
This is
and
a
he's
mega housed.
I mean, no.
And now this gives Crustycurry all the information he needs. That his opponent is coming forward with Arbalest, and I think that's, like, as you were saying before, it's not great to your opponent to know what you're doing at this point.
Yeah, it's actually really bad. Like, I think that Crustycurry should have hunted down that scout way earlier. And he's housed again! No! Mega housed!
So
no!
I think the correct response here for Mars is possibly, I would say, do you go Skirm here first? And Skirm BBC?
I think I might actually, yeah. I think I might actually go Skirm.
And then start mixing in archers.
No, I wouldn't even mix in archers. I would just stay in the skirms and get the siege and go for honors.
Okay, we do see Mangonel being made for Mars at the moment.
What? Oh wait, no. I was thinking that you said Krusty, but okay, it's fine. Krusty's making actually bombard cannon like he should. Like, if he takes that bombard cannon and destroys those ranges before they are actually even producing anything, I think that Krusty will be in fine position, but he's focusing on the freaking wall like an... Oh no!
And it's on a house. We do see archers being produced for Hadsmars though, and that could be... I think it'll be fine once Hadsmars has the numbers, but in the short term, I think this is the wrong move.
Yeah.
One of the Arbs got stuck in the wall there.
Yeah, it tried to get through the wall.
Hadsmar is actually doing some nice micro on this Mangonel, dodging some shots here.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just pointless, I think. Like, it's a mistake from Krusty to do this, to be honest.
And now they're going to be playing some dodgeball.
Killing the ranges, but it's not.
I don't like that Hadsmar's ranges have been so idle though.
Yeah. But I mean, like, if he's not using the ranges, then he's going in favor of Krusty even harder.
And he's flowing a lot of food. What can he do with this food? I mean, there's some upgrades missing on these Arbs, and I kind of think you might even sell a little food here.
He's going into 200 swords. So he's going to go Arbalest and 200 swords.
Do you like that from Crustycurry?
I think it's a fine option. I don't think it's at all bad.
But the missing upgrades,
like, when you think about it, yeah, but I mean, like, the option is to go either 200 swords or light cavalry to eat the food that you are making. And now he's actually swapping into skirmishers as well, so it's going to be skirmishers and 200 swords, and
I quite like that actually.
Oh no, the bombard cannon! No, don't lose the bombard cannon! No!
Oh, no! To the castle, is it going down? Oh, no ballistics, yeah. Oh, there it is down there. And
Um,
we're gonna play
Oh,
dodgeball
no,
in
he's
Hudsmars'
losing another
base,
one.
and Hudsmars taking some good fights for the moment. We do see ballistics
yeah,
coming
he actually
in,
won that.
and the final armor upgrade for these archers. That's good to see on Hudsmars' on his end right now. This is, even though I don't love the ARBs straight away, I think that's what he needs to do here. I feel like he needs to be constantly making BBC here. He is making rams, which is fine if he's expecting more ARBs or skirms. But I do think it's a mistake over going for more BBC right now.
Yeah, I think that they need, both of them need like a lot of BBCs now. Like it's a lot, they need like a ton. And the skirm addition is really fun from Rusty. I really like that. He's actually preparing already for the fact that his arbalest are not as strong as Hutch's.
I'd
But the
absolutely
fact
agree
that he doesn't have the armor is a problem. Like he needs the armor for the skirms as well.
But Hudsmars' ranges are currently idle, and he's got a lot of food he could be selling if he's struggling on the gold by the looks of things. I feel like he's panicking just a little bit right now.
Yeah, he must be.
Conscription being researched, but there's no villagers repair. Okay, one villager repairing this won't out repair two trebs.
Yeah, it won't. I think that castle will go down.
I feel like this castle is only got value in terms of holding this position.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you can't even hold the position with it, what was the point in having this castle up in the first place?
Yeah. And there is no other upgrade. No one has siege engineers. Like they're not focusing on the bombard cannons, which I think would have been obvious to do. And now, actually, Hearts is housed because of losing that castle and losing the houses and whatnot. So it's game over. Actually, he can't even produce anymore. Yeah, I think that Crustycurry played this correct, and he managed to actually abuse the fact that he's a stronger player again.
I feel like Hudsmars actually did a lot of good things here. I just think that there's just a few too many things missing from him here.
Yeah.
Because like I like the fact that he went BBC first off, but then the Rams were a complete write-off for Hudsmars.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the issue is that he's not confident in winning the Arbalest and Skirmisher war against the Malay. And he didn't actually get siege engineers to snipe the bombard cannons efficiently. And like basically, if he keeps making bombard cannons and makes his own skirm arbalest mix, he will eventually start winning because he can just micro the bombard cannons all day and have a super eco behind it. A lot of cap rams, and I really hate that Krusty is not hitting the wall a bit with the rams because he could actually destroy like 5 tiles instantly.
And it would make it a lot easier for him to actually get to capitalize off of this position.
Everything's stuck at the moment.
Guten Tag, apologies for butchering German just then. Sorry, because I am slideshowing a little bit. I can't post him. Struggles.
Well, that's the same. Okay, now Hutch has actually Honor, that might actually help him out a bit. Perhaps he has a chance to hold this still. I think he might have. Oh, he actually got siege engineers as well. That's amazing.
And
he's actually starting to fix his mistakes. He might make a comeback eventually.
Oh, and Force Levy wasn't actually in for Crustycurry before, so those were actually expensive two-handed swordsmen.
Yeah.
And there's no more BBC on the field for Hudsmars at the moment, so these onagers could get a lot of value.
Yeah.
And the two-handed swordsmen are also missing upgrades as well, so they're actually dying to skirmishes right now.
Yeah.
Could we see a comeback?
Yeah, oh god. Yeah, we might actually see a comeback.
And Hudsmars' production queue looking a lot healthier here. He's going for Skirm Arb Mix. Definitely the right call. Skirm Arb Mix getting BBC and Onager here. I think Hudsmars could actually come back here from looking very GG before.
It was looking really bad, but he actually managed to make all of the moves to
And the
actually
skirms from
do this.
Crustycurry are still lacking armor, so the skirms from Hud's Mars are absolutely shredding them. Although
Yeah,
he's gonna
that
kill
too.
some of his. He's gonna no. Oh, is he gonna flatten
Come
his
on,
own?
delete the walls! Please delete the walls so that you can get outside, please!
No. He's killing all of his own skirmishes, guys. That was at least 10 skirmishes going down to his own onager fire there.
Oh.
And now going down to the castle fire. Okay, now he does realize it's good
Just
to see.
please delete the walls. Okay, yeah, Crustycurry actually producing PPC from 2 of the siege workshops.
But one
and
getting
he chose
sniped
the right ones
pretty
because it
quick.
was... Yeah, but it wasn't the one that was producing actually. And now comes in the 200 swords. Wait. They actually have +4 now, so they actually fare quite decently. But I think that choke point is actually now working in favor of odds.
Absolutely, I'd agree there. In terms of relic count, we do have one missing 3 for Crustycurry and Huds. Did have one, but he did lose access to it currently.
Yeah. Oh, it's outside, right? Oh, there was a monastery probably there. And it got
Absolutely.
destroyed.
But
Oh god. Krust is again tripping from the side.
and this shouldn't really be allowed to be gotten away with, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
Huds just needs to send one BBC to try and deal with this side. And he needs more BBC behind his own push here, and I think that he's in a really good position all of a sudden. Maybe even a couple of traps of his own would be really good as well. He's got the castle there, you might as well.
I think I would just spam Arbalest and PPC here. And perhaps some skirms.
I would like to see a couple more ranges
yeah.
being dropped for Hud's Mars. I know that he hasn't got a lot of space, but
Yeah.
you can see those production queues
I
are
mean-
looking very full for him at the moment.
Yeah, it's 6 skirms and 5 ranges, that's 30 units in the queue.
And this
Actually,
castle's gonna go
Hud's
down
Mars is
for
now-
free.
Hud's is placing down even more barracks now. I mean, we know that this guy loves his production buildings, but
Oh, Crustycurry?
he's not producing.
Yeah, Crustycurry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Hud's Mars with barracks, that would be disastrous.
Yeah, that would be a disaster.
But look at all of those skirmishes getting murdered by Hud's Mars here. I think we're seeing a comeback, honestly, and I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
it's slowly happening. Slowly happening. It's actually going well. So the mistake was for Crustycurry in the terms of his Imperial timing. Now that we look back on it, he didn't do it cleanly enough. Like, he didn't actually manage to push fast enough. He didn't have the bombard cannons out enough. He didn't actually use the bombard cannons correctly, and eventually Huds got back into the game.
Sorry, PT, I gave him a pause for just 3 seconds. I just need to see if I can close
Okay.
a couple of things.
Oh, you are trying to make the game run faster.
Yep, I've closed everything I can possibly. Okay, there we go. Unpause in 3, 2, 1 and catch up to live.
Oh yeah.
So sorry guys, this is painful for me too.
Yeah, Malay wins in the long run, but the issue is that there's still so much gold left in the map. Basically, Hearts hasn't even touched one of his golds, and he can make Onosars all day. And if he has the torsion engines, the AoEs are just ridiculous. And he has still enough Arbalest behind that he can actually deal with the 200 swordsmen quite nicely. Oh god, 200 actually managed to kill both of the Onosars.
What's the game time?
48-20.
Yeah, I'll try and catch up to that. It's really...
It's really working for you, I guess.
So sorry guys.
I guess in future tournaments you don't want to see arena or hideout or any of these maps.
Pretty much. Okay, 48-40 is gonna have to do. It's unwatchable beyond that point.
I wonder if it would be better if I just streamed in Discord and you would be watching my screen.
Unfortunately, Discord streaming so laggy as well. I would like to see Hudson Mars with a couple more honors. I know that he's struggling on gold a little bit, but he has the res to sell at the moment. I don't think the prices are going to be too good. Actually, the wood sell price is still really good. I feel like whichever player realizes that, especially if it's Hudson Mars, I feel like he can really capitalize off of this right now.
Crustycurry actually realizes that he doesn't have enough skirms and plays down more ranges. I mean, I like the fact that in post-Imperial he ends up having this many products.
Krusty. Oh, sorry, Hudson Mars. I was a little bit worried for Hudson Mars there for a second. Sending the ARBs back and the Giant Swordsman could actually snipe the BBC, but it's not going to happen. Crustycurry currently having 57 farmers, so that's not quite enough for constant two-handed swordsman production. Brambits. So
I mean, but he's going into skirms mostly now. So 56 to 55 wooden farms. I think it's completely fine for the 200 swords.
Yeah.
Not 200. I mean the skirmishers.
That's true. But I feel like Huzmars can just really do a nice slow push. He has still that 4 tile of gold he hasn't really touched.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is not going to stop until Hearts actually runs out of gold.
Oh, look at those
siege wizards are so good.
Look at those skirms go down. Can you quickly check if Huzmars got torsion engines? So it looks like they've got.
Yeah, I'm checking it now actually.
So it looks like he does, but I couldn't...
He actually has it. Yeah, he has it.
The skirms are just dying so insanely led to the BBC.
Yeah, it's actually...
You often don't get to torsion engines in a 1v1 scenario, but when you get to it, like, it's just such a powerful tech.
What? Crustycurry is actually making watchtowers on the bottom side of Hut's space.
That's actually quite funny. He's gonna try and capture this stone. I actually quite like that idea. Don't know if he's gonna get away with it.
Hutz is making a castle next to the tower. Oh god. This is just ridiculous. Oh god.
The BBC really are saving the day here for Huds though.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what he should be doing. Like, this was what he was supposed to do all along. And it's looking actually really nice now. And it seems like Crustycurry is slowly crumbling away, but he's still keeping up with the skirm. And holy hell, the queues for Huts now.
Oh my God. Look at those shots. I know a few seconds behind.
That's... Yeah. 10 archer ranges full of skirms now for Huts. Oh my god.
Sorry, Fiti, 1 second. Moonfall, thank you so much for the host. 117 viewers, man. That's amazing. How was your stream? We are watching the final of the finals for the Crystal Cup. And we got some Ethiopian torsion engines, onagers, and BBC that are cleaning up everything. And thank you for the follow. How do you feel about Lions, Moonfaller? Sorry, PT, continue.
Yeah, just saying that I think that Hart's actually found his space in this game and he's managing to use the correct unit composition and he's playing really well this, I feel
Absolutely.
like.
I would like to see his unit queues a little bit smaller, some more ranges forwards, a couple more siege workshops forward.
I mean, to be honest, if he has 10 ranges full of skirms, I think that's completely fine. I mean, every couple of seconds he has 10 skirms coming out of the woodworks. Like, his population is staying up, he can't actually even produce all the time. 200 pop constantly, and Crustycurry is falling down to 150 now, and he has 140 willies. So yeah.
Is there... Okay, I know you don't like melee elephants, but with this amount of gold banked and the current army comp from HUD's Mars. Is there a place for elephants here?
No.
No?
No. Oh my god! You're going to see something amazing in a second. Oh my god. Just keep your eyes on that arbalest smash in the middle.
Oh no.
Because Crustycurry actually makes the right move here, even if he has worse siege units than the
Oh
opponent.
no, it's 2 siege workshops and the arms that are standing here. We have to be preempting here. How many? Oh no, I don't want to watch it. Oh no.
It comes!
Oh, that's gotta hurt, especially on limited gold as well. I don't think it's a losing situation. It's just because HUD's Mars has pushed so far back, but that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that hurts a lot because, well, actually his population is again 200. Like, you can see those 10 rangers actually working so hard. Instantly, 20 arbalest die. There's 20 more skirmishers in the mix already. Like, it's just so good.
The big issue here for HUD's Mars right now is the number of skirmishers. Sorry, the number of two-handed swordsmen that Crustycurry is able to make if he is diligent here. Because he has got mostly skirmishers at the moment, so that could be a way back into the game.
Like now, if Crustycurry manages to play this out and he gets the onagers and the 200 swords like masked up, and he can actually clear out everything, it's going to go really well for me. Oh no, he loses one onager without taking a shot, and another one takes a shot at the. Ooh, it gets one. Ooh. Oh yeah, you're still behind. I'm
PT, do you want to pause? Just
yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm pausing to wait you.
Where are you paused at?
1 minute. 1 hour, 54 seconds.
No worries. I'll tell you when I'm there.
No need. I can actually check it from your stream. Actually, it's not that much delay.
Oh no, the Onage is actually somehow allowed to survive there on 1 HP.
Yeah, exactly.
And that big shot on the skirms, but it doesn't matter losing the skirms too much here. In fact, if there's a few more arbs in the mix, I don't think it would hurt. Too much for HUD's Mars right now. The skirms are just gonna clean up the castle.
Yeah, but I mean, HUD's is... He's managing to push. This is really good for him. But Krusty is trying to get back into it. I mean, he has barracks full of 200 swords. He's making more siege. He's trying to get back into it. And he thinks that he has the breaking point now with the 200 swords. He tries to go for a fight.
I feel like this is one of those situations where if HUD's Mars had a few more arbs left, this wouldn't be happening right now. But the thing is, with the number of arbs still here and the number of skirms, it still feels like it's not going to quite work just yet. Like,
I mean, he managed to clear most of the army, but I mean, it's replenished so quickly that it's ridiculous. Like, literally, you can see how many freaking ranges does.
And the BBC are killing the champions as well, two-handed swordsman as well.
Oh god, HUD's needs to refresh his lumber camps actually at this point as well. Like, he's not remembering that. And actually, it's even worse for Crustycurry. This is the point of the game where you need to be checking the lumber camps every now and then, because it really affects your recall.
That being said, HUD's Mars is floating a lot of wood, and again, I do repeat myself, I would like to see some more forward ranges and stuff. Not even for the extra production, but just to kind of capture this area.
I mean, just make the production more forward so that the units don't have to volley. So when you lose 10 skirmishers into one onager shot, you just instantly have 10 more in your use.
Exactly. Is there a place with this amount of food just to get some light cavalry? I know it's Ethiopian light cavalry and it's terrible, but would that help with dealing with these skirmishes, do you think?
I don't think so, because there's enough 200 swords that they
that is fair.
The light cav. So it's just wasted resources if you throw in light cav.
I think I'm Crustycurry here. I know he's got gold still left. I feel like he is trying to hold on. I like the BBC are coming back, but I would save my energy for game 4, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it might be that Crustycurry is just waiting this out because he knows that he lost already, perhaps, and he's just trying something and wasting time and making Hot Mars more tired as well.
The thing is, it's actually quite late for Crustycurry, though. That's the other thing as well.
Yeah.
And I like that Hudsmar is instantly going to be taking this 1,000 gold from these 2 piles. And that's the thing, like the biggest problem for Hudsmars here is the limitations on gold. I kind of would like to see some of that food and wood bank to be sold at this point. Like, even at rock bottom market prices, I feel like it's better invested into more... more gold
I mean,
units.
food price is still kinda okay. Food price is kinda okay, you can still sell. And if you are not using stone, you could even think about selling stone. Wait, where is he? Did he already sell his stone? He might have, because he has only had like 4 castles all game. And same goes probably for Crustycurry. Yes, probably sold his stone as well.
I don't like that Crustycurry's adding more arbs here, just with the number of skirms in the field for Hudsmars. I feel like that's wasted gold. I know he has a lot of gold to spare, or he did at least, but it's really dwindling here.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of needs the relics that are kept by Crustycurry. Like, the relic advantage is starting to matter a lot more now. Actually, it has been for a while now.
I do like that Hudsmars did get that secondary relic from the left-hand side and has got his relic back as well. So I think he's on the right moves to secure this for late game as well. We do see... do you think... is that a Showtell edition, do you think, with the forging and armor cubed?
No. I think that would be awful.
I mean, it's not whether or not it's awful, but do you reckon it's going to happen?
No, I don't think it's going to happen. I think more wise decision with this amount of bombard cannons and skirms and whatnot. You could actually go into
look at the BBC flattening the capped rams though.
Yeah.
And Crustycurry deleted all his walls to try and get engagement here. But just with the number of BBC that Hudsmars has in the field, it's terrible. But we are seeing a Showtell edition here with Royal Heirs. I don't even think Royal Heirs is necessary here. I think if you're going to add a couple of Showtells, don't even get elites.
He's getting elite.
Just go for a couple of Showtells for raiding here. If you are going to add Showtells, I don't think it's the right play at all. Just with the number of arbs on the field for Crustycurry.
I honestly think that dropping down 5 siege workshops and getting siege ram and just spamming siege rams would have been way better than adding Showtells.
I think a couple could be fine. Like I'm not anti-Showtell in this situation, but I don't think that you want to be prioritizing it too much. Is the
I mean, Showtells are so weak anyways. They die to Arbalists and Skirmishers quite easily, even if you get all of the upgrades. Yeah, I think that Huds made a nice comeback this game.
Absolutely.
It's really showing that he's stronger in the late game, but it seems like Crustycurry is a bit better in the early game. But of course, there's the fact that if this long game actually affects Crustycurry more, the next game might be even as well, and it might be that the Huds manages to get another win.
That's definitely something here.
Yeah, because we saw in the first game how on point Crustycurry was. The second game as well, third game as well. Like, he was really on point, but it wasn't quite enough.
And the thing I just worry most for Hudsmars here is somehow if he loses this BBC mass, I think the arbs aren't even the scariest thing here for Crustycurry. It's just these BBC Retulsion engines. We've seen them kill so many units.
Yeah, I mean, that BBC mass is really nice. I think he should even repair PBCs every time he gets damage on him.
He has been somewhat, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Or is he's gonna take a big shot here. Not quite. He does take some damage, but he doesn't lose any BBC here. He does lose a couple of ARBs on this front as well. Do you think there's any coming back from this position for Crustycurry? Do you think the G is G'd here?
I think it's game over now, because you can see the Herbalist mass on Huts that Hut has, as well as the BBC. Like, if you can get rid of all of the BBC and all of the Herbalist, in that case you might have a chance with the 200 Swarps, but before you can actually do that, it's game over. And for that to happen, he needs like 2 Sage Workshops and 4 Onagers and Lucky Shots, like all around.
The siege mashups on the left-hand side are causing Huds a little bit of a headache, but nothing too crazy here. And now that the relics have been unseated for Huds, that gold advantage he did have into the late game is now going to be undone. And look at the BBC getting huge shots.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly. Oh,
who cares about Onager shots? All I want are BBC shots. Oh, that was beautiful.
I wonder how much longer is Rusty planning on playing this out.
I would if I'm Crustycurry here, I just go for game 4, honestly. Like,
yeah, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, he's trying with the Onager still. Oh my god.
I like the idea behind the Onagers. I don't think there's like it's beyond the point of 1 or 2 good shots. You need like 4 or 5 good shots here. Shadow Raven.
I'm actually going for a slower playback speed because you are falling behind.
No, I'm sorry, man. It's post-imp on my laptop. There was some definite flattening of these skirms here, though. Oh!
God.
No BBC going down low, but Hudsmars does need to send a villager to repair, like, this instant.
Rust is actually slowly pushing back. This is ridiculous. I mean, his resource banks are looking now identical with Huts.
Oh
so
no!
It comes down to, oh my god.
4 BBC flattened in 2 shots there.
Oh my god. That hurt so much, but I mean the unit counts are still in favor of Huts.
But the Showtime Warriors on the left-hand side. See, this is where the Showtime Warriors can kind of make sense, where it is a full trash war, but not in this particular matchup, just because of the 2-handed swordsman for Crustycurry.
I think Hearts needs to do a relic heist.
Oh, the Onagers as well. Gonna probably get some good shots on these skirmishers. The thing is, this is like you're in a limited gold situation. You can't afford to be losing these Onagers for free.
Yeah. I mean, that's the issue at the moment, like, losing 1 Onager is actually huge now.
But he is repairing this Onager and he's getting more shots on these skirmishers.
Yeah.
But it almost doesn't matter, just for the number of pop that Cuds has versus the number of pop that Crustycurry has currently.
Yeah, the population is telling the whole story here, I think. Like, Crustycurry hasn't been 200 pop for quite some time now. He just can't produce enough. I mean, I would even start thinking about sneaking ranges on the right side and the barracks, like, away from the vision of Huts. So
yeah, I would agree.
Produce enough. And now goes in the relic heist. The monkey's taking it. No!
Wait.
There's a monk running back already at the ranges, I think.
Oh, I love that from Huds. That's exactly what it needs. Like, the thing is, the biggest issue for Huds here is if he runs out of gold and he has no answer to the much better trash that Malay have. As long as he secures a little bit more gold, and this show tells might get. Why are they going for the 200 swordsman? They should be going for these skirmishers.
I mean,
they're running really slow.
Just run with it.
Is he missing squires? I think he's missing squires.
Yeah, he might be. I
also
would
like
just run into the run and kill the wheelies on the wood lines. Like if wooden food income
Oh,
start. It's game
look at
over.
it! Look at that! That's where the Turn Swordsmen are pathing right. So the Soda Warriors are pathing right now. That being said, Huds just has to be careful he doesn't lose his forward position whilst he's doing this.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
the BBC shots low. Look at them.
Oh my god. Oh no. That's so many units just thrown away. No.
And we do see Crustycurry's res count right now. He's got a lot of wood, but really going to be struggling on the food. Their game is called.
I mean, all of his food is inside the barracks. Yeah.
And look at that
was a long
KZ.
one.
That does paint a bit of a story. Very well played to both players, but Hudson's making a really good comeback here, in my opinion. And we will see a game 4 tonight.
I mean, he killed already like 50 to 100 of his own units as well when you look at the KD.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That means we can't
Bezos
see
counts
Malay
eventually.
again, unfortunately for Lohab.
Yeah, Malay has been used by both of the players already.
How you doing, Lohab,
Oh god,
anyway?
that was a long one. I wonder if they started the next one already.
I mean, with how far behind my laptop was.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that they started already. Or they might actually take a 10-minute break, because that game was really long.
Yeah, that was insane, honestly. My voice is even
Yeah.
a little bit out of it, but that being said, we are going to go to Acropolis. And based on both players' playstyles, I do very much favor Crustycurry for this map.
Yeah, I'll run to have a smoke quickly and
You're good.
refill my coffee.
That'll be good for your voice, PT.
I mean, my voice is so amazing anyways.
There you go. That's so true, though. We love a good PCR. How you doing, Lohab? Shadow Raven? TP and King Joffrey, I think I said hi to you earlier. And Blob and Zaki, good to see you all. Oh my goodness. Has anyone got any predictions for game 4 here? Because obviously I've said my predictions here. I'm expecting Crustycurry to close it out in game 4 just based on both players' playstyles. But it could be really fun to see a Hudspars taking an open map here. Huds will have 10k wins or everything else. Rip the dreams. Is that Spect? Nope. Yeah, absolutely hammer time. I think in every game tonight so far, we've seen Huds kind of being on the back foot, reacting to what Crustycurry sends forward, which isn't where you always want to be. Like, it's sometimes good if you've got a very good defensive civ to kind of absorb a little bit of pressure and then boom a little bit behind and then go forward. But with each of the maps so far, it's definitely been Crustycurry comes forward with an army and then Hudsmars reacts to it. Hudsmars was around high 1300s not too long ago, though, hammer time. And Crustycurry, I think that's his peak at the minute, so... Not saying that either player is worse than the other. Like, obviously, Crustycurry has got a little far further in the ladder. But to get to the finals here, I feel like both players have had some pretty difficult matchups. You played golf on that map and lamed the crap out of him, followed it up with 4 men-at-arms. That's a bit rough for King Joffrey. It does look like the players might be taking a break, although I can't even find the lobby anymore.
I think next game decides this series.
Yeah, I would agree here.
What I mean by that is that if actually the game is up, So
started?
if yeah, it started. I'll give you the ID again, I guess. There you go.
Thank you, PC.
So what I mean by this, that the game is decided by this game, is that if Huts actually plays better than Krusty now, it means that Krusty is out of breath, like he's completely done so probably. Like there's nothing, like he's just out
of steam
shape now because that, yeah, out of steam, so to speak. Yeah, like his gameplay was so sharp compared to Huts in the first two games, and even the third game at the beginning he was playing way better. But once that the Slugfest started turning out and the Civ started mattering more and more, he fell behind and started losing. So if he had played it a bit better in the early Castle, early Imperial, he would have probably taken the third game as well.
Absolutely.
But now it's an endurance race, I think.
I'm quite interested in seeing the... Yes, sorry, I need to speed up as well, actually. I just remembered about that. It's quite interesting to see both players going for a Khmer here. I mean, they're solid on this map, absolutely. I'm a little surprised that both players went for Khmer here. Would have expected maybe one player to go for Magyars even, or... neither player can go for Franks. I was going to suggest Franks, but they both played Franks in game 1.
First two games were kind of...
Really, Hammer Time? I wouldn't say best.
I mean, there are many civs. You can even think about Mongols, you can think about Berbers, you can think about Magyars, you can go for Huns, you can go... Like, there's many options, and Khmer are definitely quite strong in this, actually.
PC, did you see that click-up time for Huns? 16
yeah, I see,
pop.
and I think it's a bit too fast, even.
Yes, I would agree there, because on Acropolis, I don't think there's ever a time you really want to go up without a barracks, even as Khmer. Like, not having spears in a scout war.
If you do this fast up, I think that going without barracks is completely fine.
Fair enough.
It's actually going to be ridiculously fast uptime.
But I don't think it was a clean 16 pop though. Like, it definitely was a bit of TC idle here.
I mean, I don't care to calculate the uptime now, but perhaps someone in the chat can tell us what is the uptime for the 16 pop to be perfect.
Crustycurry clicking up at 21 pop. I would say at least one villager of idle here.
I mean, if I think about this, if he doesn't make double bit and whatnot, he can actually make a stable now and make some scouts, but not many. Just some, not many.
It's really low eco though, and we also only see Hudsmars with 3 on berries at the moment. I would like to see that 4th going to berries just to try and help compensate for this.
I mean, this is disgustingly low eco, to be honest.
Now, if you're Huds here, do you start harassing the vills with your starting scout, or do you kind of hold off for a little bit?
I would definitely hold. Well, actually, no. Just because you're so fast up, you can actually just get the scouts out and go and be aggressive.
I like that Hudsmars microed that though.
Yeah, that was actually nice.
And we're gonna see a not so panic house, just a chill house here. I guess, do you get Town Watch here, or is your eco so in shambles from the low uptime?
Yeah, I don't think you can afford Town Watch. He can't even afford Horse Collar or Double Beat. And the opponent is getting Double Beat, but now there's 3 scouts in the map for Huts. We'll see if that makes a difference. Can he actually even out? Wait, what? He hasn't even produced wheelies. He's at 17 wheelies still. 18. He's down.
It was housed. He couldn't build out the villages.
Oh god.
We do see Crustycurry losing his first scout here, and actually Hudsmars getting into the berries here. Well, not quite getting in,
no,
but
he just hit from the corner. That's so annoying.
It's one of my least favorite things about this map, is that happening. It's actually a nice little pen, isn't it? He's got the. This is actually like a stable for the stable.
Mm-hmm. Wait, let me check if double bit has been researched by Hux yet. Nope, no double bit. So he's just going with Dark Age Eco.
But Crustycurry can't afford any more scouts right now. Hudsmars isn't queuing anymore, but he can actually afford a couple if he dehues a couple of villages.
Oh, can he run the will? No.
Crustycurry's gonna lose at least one villager here. Oh, into the house.
Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect.
And this is why I hate facing Khmer on open maps. Like that is tilting. That being said, there is a bit of an overberry on this mill here, and if Huds does see it, he'd probably get quite a bit of damage here.
I don't know. Like now it's 3 scouts to 4. It's quite even. Some wheels in the mix, and he wins the fight. And he's 2 villagers ahead, so he can afford losing one even if he wants to.
Do you like that Huds stopped producing?
No!
Oh, that's a bit ripped.
Oh, that hurt so much. He was about to even the scout number.
Do you like that Huds stopped producing Scout 6? I really don't. I think that's a huge mistake on his end.
He's housed again. He's just housed constantly. Oh god. So it's 4 scouts to 4 scouts again because of the house situation. Now he's getting double bit and wheelbarrow, both of them at the same time. And he doesn't have the farms for the wheelbarrow. So it's just a housed wheelbarrow, so he's making the wheelbarrow because he got housed. I
mean, I definitely do that more often than I should myself. Yeah. And Crustycurry also getting housed here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not as bad. I think it is first time he got housed. Oh no, the woodline on the south, no.
And the scouts is pathing, and Crustycurry isn't walling this. He is just going to be relying on this house. And yes, there's only 5 here, so he will be able to maximum occupancy. But it's a lot of idle time.
He will still lose. He will still lose 1 will.
Nope.
Oh, will he?
Nope.
No, the block didn't actually come through. He doesn't lose a will. Oh, that's nice. And the counter attack is actually like ridiculously bad for Huds now because he's been housed so much. He has had awful ego. He started from Dark Age and he loses will now. Oh.
Crustycurry retching very quickly with that, and the thing is, this is one of the risks of not having a barracks up. You can't build spears to try and deal with this. And Mars's woodline is going to be all idle very soon.
Yeah.
And the 2... Oh, and does he... Is that an accidental end garrison? I think it's an accidental end garrison.
Yeah, it must have been. He loses 1 more will now.
That being said, these vills on this area for Crustycurry, these 5 vills would die as well, so... Oh, then again, there's 2 scouts here for Crustycurry, which might even the fight.
Can he fight this? He needs
to fight. He's repairing the house! He's sacrificing!
Oh my god, he repaired the house just enough so that he can get his scout going. This was amazing.
I do like the addition of the 2nd stable from Crustycurry, and I feel like Huds Mars, because he is trying to go for a castle age here, I think he's going to get punished.
Oh my god, the house situation for both of these players is awful.
Yeah, Crustycurry very, very badly housed right now. Is there a house going up anywhere? Okay, now this house is going up, now these villages are free from their homes.
Free from the settlement.
Oh my god, and Hud still has 2 villages idle in this house.
Wait, those villages were just in Corona quarantine. That was the deal. The enemy scouts were spreading Corona.
Never bring Castle Age to a scout fight. Especially, I do like that Hudsmars is adding the barracks though. Like, if he is planning to go for Castle Age here, like, I like the idea behind it. I don't think it's gonna pay off. Just from the number of scouts that are currently on the field. There's another bill going down for Huds. 36 to 32 villages in favor of Crustycurry right now. And this spear is going to get eaten, or the scouts are going to run. He's going to wait for bloodlines and +1 defense.
Awesome. This is just going to be dirty. I don't think Hearts will have an eco soon at this rate.
Especially with the 2 villages that are still in quarantine.
Yeah.
And how many spears would you theoretically need to deal with Bloodlines +1 scouts here? I think it's more than HUD's SC code.
You need nearly as many spears as there's scouts.
Yeah. And HUD's now losing more villages. So we'll be denied off of the gold pretty much indefinitely. And the woodline, he's still got the villages garrison there, so he's already currently on food and this secondary woodline down here.
Oh god, everything is idling now for Hearts. Yeah, it's awful.
And Crustycurry not even adding more scouts here, he's decided to go Castle Age, and I think that's the right play here.
I don't know, I mean, I would just keep making scouts.
I just feel like you're in a position where adding knights to the mix basically kills HUD's Mars' chance of recovery.
Yeah, but if you are producing scouts with 2 staples and Chimerico, like he can't produce enough spears to clear it out anyways.
That's true.
So you can just start destroying the houses that they will side in. Basically, you have a hit squad of 3 scouts running around and forcing everything to garrison, and then you just beat down one house with massive scouts.
And look at that. This is you say it, FT.
Yep.
Hello, Grillers. Good to see you.
Just kill one of the houses and keep killing the spears one by one.
I would like to see HUDs try and either get some quick pulls up or go for a market rebalance here. I think market rebalance is the only way he's getting up to Castle Age, and then what does he do with Castle Age is the question.
I mean, it's game over already. I mean, if he gets Castle Age, it has to be like full pikeman if he plans to survive at all. And it seems like Crustycurry did whatever you wanted to and went to Castle Age.
And another villager going down for HUDs.
Yeah. It's so ugly.
I think these light cavalry will eventually, or scout cavalry will eventually be cleaned up. I think the fletching idea, if you are going to be trying to deal with these scouts with your TC or towers would be fine, but when you're so far behind on Castle Age already, you don't really want to be making yourself further behind.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Let's see if Krusty actually notices that one of Haas's scouts is killing his woodline.
Oh wow, I didn't notice that myself.
Yeah, it's killing one will by one will. It's not that effective, but he's gotten like one already.
Oh. Another vill going down for HUD, so he's being a little bit slack with ungarrisoning and re-garrisoning these vills.
Yeah, but I think the game is over. There's 3 staples producing knights now.
Absolutely. Once the knights come through with +2 defense, there's no way in hell HUDs can do enough quick balls to survive this.
Yeah, I mean, the knights can even kill the TZ and everything now. It's just so bad. There's not enough, like, he doesn't have fletching or anything, so...
He did get fletching.
Even.
But,
did he?
Yeah,
oh,
he got
it,
fletching. But the thing is, even, like, you can still probably grow off the TC once there's enough knights in the field. Oh, and the knights are doing a bit of a moonwalk. Yeah,
and the scouts got more willies in the back.
And an FYI, the 2 villages are still safely in quarantine. You guys are safe from the tyranny these 2 villages could cause.
I guess the perks of Corona quarantine is that no scouts is going to come and pass your head in.
GG is called. Well played to both players, but Crustycurry taking the set 3-1.
I mean, Hutch played quite well, but he got housed way too much, and his builds were not clean enough to like match Crustycurry. And Crustycurry played it really well, except that he had some excess production often.
And one thing I would say for HUDs here is that with that kind of early uptime, I think it was like if maybe 1 or 2 pop later would have made his eco a little bit healthier, can keep producing from that stable and actually capitalize off of it. I think the 16 pop was just too low.
Yeah, it was too low. I mean, Big Malo AoE actually like talked to me about that 16 pop or 15 pop and whatnot, and I told him that it's not actually good because you don't actually have the eco to continuously produce scouts. Even if the early timing is nice and you have 3 scouts in the enemy's woodland before he can have anything, it's still not great enough of an advantage to cover for all of the stuff that you are not getting. Also, the fact that he probably had idle time for that uptime to begin with. Like, it's so fast that it's way too difficult.
And it only takes when you're doing like a 16 or 17 pop uptime, like it's not about like you can't have any mistakes in the build, in my opinion. Like, it has to be a perfect build to then get any value out of it.
Yeah, and basically, actually, there's like builds for Kemer to do legit 19 pops with Lampor camps and whatnot, and I think it's way stronger because you actually have an eco behind it.
Absolutely. GG, guys. Well done. Thank you so much for playing in the tournament. I'm very happy that both of you made it this far. And you guys put on a show, especially in that arena game. That arena game, like, I genuinely dislike arena in terms of casting it. But you guys made it really exciting, honestly.
I mean, enough Umbra cannons and donors, and so it's happy.
Yeah, absolutely. And the BBC Torsion engine are probably one of my highlights of the tournament, seeing how much damage they can do.
I mean, Crustycurry, you weren't actually that far away from managing to execute the Imperial Age push correctly. Like, it was actually really close, but you focused on a bit wrong things, and I think that big issue was that you didn't actually clear out the wall so that you could easily micro the PPC against his. So
definitely.
basically, if you had the enemy ranges, 4 ranges in range of your PPC, if you instantly start killing the ranges, he doesn't have any support units, and after that it's just free reign for your PPC and Arbalest.